Hello, welcome to episode 114 of Your Ultimate Comeback. Raquel and I are back.
We are back.
Yes, it's been a crazy few weeks.
Yeah.
But excited to be back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah. Everything good in your world?
You know, it's just crazy as usual, right?
Yeah.
You know?
I gotta love this time of year in the fitness industry.
Yes.
Well, that and plus beach volleyball's about to launch.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their season. Just a lot of
Yeah.
the balls in the air.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yes. But I mean, I guess that's not a new story. Everybody's got balls in the air, right?
Yeah. So this time of year, it always seems to be a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it would be a fun topic to discuss. A very common thing I see this time of year is lack of energy. But all these New Year goals are in place.
Right.
And so what I see a lot happening is people have all these goals, they're trying to hammer it, but they're tired from the holidays and the chaos of the new year. And so those typically don't get well followed through.
True.
And so I want to talk a little bit about energy today.
Yes.
I think it'd be a really good topic. And my opening question and statement is this: do you feel like you're doing everything right, working out, eating clean, drinking coffee, but you still have those mid-afternoon crashes? You need the naps. It's hard to get going in the morning. So the whole goal in this podcast is, by the end of this episode, listeners will understand why their energy is leaking, how to train for energy, not against it, how nutrition and peptides can restore cellular output, and then one simple action they can implement in the next 24 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So I got
a fix.
Yeah, got a little chance to prepare for this one. So, but do you see that? Do you see like this time of year, people are just sluggish, people a little more irritable. They have these big hopes and dreams with their New Year goals, and so they're just crushing themselves, which is making the energy issue worse. So I'm hoping by the end of this just to have a little strategy in place for people to be able to like sustain the goals they have for themselves. Because so often the strategies that are used to try to obtain these big goals are horrifically detrimental.
Well, a lot of people are sick right now too. So that doesn't help.
Yeah, we've the last 2 weeks in our house, everyone's battling the flu.
Right. Lots of different things going on.
My son finally went back to school today. My daughter had it last week. My son had it this week. He finally went back to school today.
You've avoided?
No, I hit it, but had to kind of fight through it. And,
See, you're doing exactly what you tell people not to do.
I just, I can't. And I got to be on my deathbed. I mean, I didn't get much else done, but I got through my weeks.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago, I had to have a tooth extracted and a bone graft done on a tooth.
Is that why you're looking fresh in the mouth right now?
Yeah. I sent a picture to my family of all my missing teeth. I'm like, so I guess this is 50.
I saw that picture. It was cute.
Oh, God. I had a root canal that went bad.
Oh.
Yeah, $2,600 I've spent on one tooth, and it's not even there anymore.
What happened initially? Did you get hit in the mouth or what?
No, I had a tooth that wasn't doing well. And a couple years ago, they did a root canal on it to try to save it. And the other one was too far gone, so they extracted it.
Yeah.
And then this one, all of a sudden, I woke up one day, I'm like, what the hell? I mean, tooth pain is the worst.
It is the worst.
I fought through it for like 2 weeks, and it's got to a point like, I got to get this thing out. Like, it was all swollen. So the root canal had failed, ended up with a infection, and then that started eating away the bone in my jaw.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I was like, wow. He's like, how are you even functioning? I'm like, I guess I don't really have a choice. Like, I just fought through it, but process wasn't very fun. So.
No.
But I'm in the works of getting my new teeth done.
I love it. Your new grill.
A new grill. It should be on the way soon. So
diamonds and such.
Yeah. So let's start with this. One of the biggest issues with fatigue that's misunderstood is a lot of people think it's a lack of effort or a willpower thing. And realistically, it's mitochondrial inefficiency. The mitochondria just beat up. Those are what are responsible for generating the ATP, the whole realm of creating natural energy.
Right.
It's just beat up. And the solution is often, well, now I'm going to eat less food, I'm going to go exercise more.
Yeah.
Two things that are very hard on the mitochondria, that you need good energy production from the mitochondria. And if it's not there, you're only making things worse. Yeah. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. I also want to talk about chronic stress and how that creates a realm of sympathetic dominance. You're stuck in a fight or flight state.
Yeah.
And guess what that leads to? Energy debt.
Sure.
Like, that's another thing people aren't good on, is they think they just got to keep pushing through it. Willpower is going to get them through it. So if your mitochondria is inefficient, you're overly stressed, which who's not this time of year?
Ever.
Yeah. And then what I typically see on top of all that is just people that are under-recovered and overtrained.
Yes.
They're under-recovered not undertrained. Everyone thinks I just got to go work out more.
Yeah.
And what people need to understand is your body, your mitochondria, your nervous system, they have to be in a good place for exercise to be a positive thing versus a negative thing.
Yeah.
And I see this happen all the time. Body's running on a low battery, but we're still forcing it and demanding it to perform at a very high level.
Right.
It doesn't work well together. So I ask people, ask yourself this, do you wake up tired or do you get tired as the day goes on? There's probably an issue there. And until you address that issue, it's only going to get worse. And it's going to get harder to train. You're probably going to get sick or you're going to get hurt. The body is smart. It eventually will shut you down.
Yeah.
If you're pushing. Yeah, we see it all the time.
Yeah.
It used to happen to me. I remember for the longest time, I would get super into it, get really aggressive. About 12 weeks in, I get sick or get hurt and then have to stop. And I'd start over and I get super aggressive. And then literally it was like 10 to 12 weeks in, my body just couldn't take it anymore and would shut me down.
Yeah.
And it's super obvious.
And a vicious cycle.
And a very vicious cycle. And our industry doesn't do a good job of telling people, hey, here's the big problem. If you don't like how you look, you don't like how you feel, it's typically not, in my experience, the people I work with, I know it can be a big issue of not exercising enough and eating too much. But in the world I live in, it's always the opposite. It's not eating enough and exercising too much.
Right.
And having zero emphasis around the mitochondria and recovery.
Yeah.
And actually accepting the fact that we are all super stressed human beings and that is having an impact.
Right.
I can't tell you, I bring that up with people like, oh, I'm not stressed. I handle my stress well. Like, no one does.
No.
We think we do.
Right. Of
But
course.
then we'll push it until we break. I remember I had one client, he was a big time CEO and he would just push until he ended up in the hospital with some major viral infection and that was his downtime. Then he was released from the hospital, boom, he's back at it again. He went through some tough stuff because he never gave his body the chance to recover and to do well. It was just push until it crashed.
Yeah.
And then as soon as just because he got released from the hospital doesn't mean he was in a better place.
Right.
Come out, push. And it was just a horrible cycle until he was forced to face some major changes. So let's start with training. I think people need to understand you want to train in a way that gives you energy instead of taking your energy. Like people think I got to train to the point where I'm wiped out, can barely function, feel like I'm going to throw up, sweats everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a good workout. And if you don't hit that point, it's not a good workout.
Yeah.
In reality, I believe you should feel better at the end of the workout than the beginning of your workout. You should feel energized and ready to go take on the day. If you're somebody that trains and then you crash, you're not applying a stressor that you can recover from. You're applying a stressor that's wrecking you. And you're just accumulating this energy debt over time. So that's the one thing I like to see is I want when someone finishes a workout, be like, oh, that's it? I could keep going. Great sign. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of, when someone's wiped out and like can't function and like, oh my God, I need a nap. I'm like, damn. Which I deal with a lot of those people. They want to push too hard thinking that's the answer. I remember being a kid sleeping next to a little sign that said, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was always the messaging when we were young was that that's what it takes.
You can rest when you're dead.
You can rest when you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I believe the polar opposite of all that now with what I've seen. But so if you want to make your workouts more effective, you want to keep the workouts around 45 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes is enough time to get a great weightlifting workout. Cut back on the HIIT training. I talk about that a lot.
Yep.
But I think 2 to 4 days a week, the more stressed you are, the more busy you are, the more you got to push towards the 2 days a week.
Yeah.
Of 45 minutes of resistance training. I like focusing on large compound movements and high intent, not exhaustion. So some people think they got to push to failure every set, and that's where you get it. I think that should be 10% of the time or less.
Yeah.
In the programming we have, the A grouping is the big compound major movements. We never push to failure on those. B grouping and C grouping, we're working more around the hypertrophy and things like that. I'm okay if that gets pushed to failure every once in a while. But pushing to failure doesn't mean you're doing great things for your body. It means you're frying your nervous system.
Tell me, nervous system. We talked about this the other day. 2 types of people. Remind me what that was.
2 types of people.
The neurological people. Oh my gosh, that was such a good little thing that I did.
Yeah, it was more on how this was more based around how people pick things up.
Oh,
there are cats and there are slugs or snails.
Oh, I thought you said cow.
I said cow, but it's actually slugs or snails.
Oh, okay. I tried to tell that to my class today when certain people weren't getting something. I said, that's okay. Some of us get things quicker.
Yeah, so cats
It's real.
Cats have a nervous system where they can pick new things up very quickly. Most like high-level athletes are more of that cat type. Like you can show them something, they pick it up perfectly.
Sure.
Then you have people that are more snail or slug types, which is not bad.
Right. It's just what they are, how they're
need
wired.
a lot more exposure to something to get it.
Sure.
And it's just who they are.
Right.
And you can't get angry at them because they can't figure out a higher intense movement.
Right.
It's going to take them a lot of time and a lot of repetition to get the movement down well.
Right.
Like you can tell them what to do and then they're going to do something totally different. Where the cat, you tell them what to do and they know it.
Got it. Yeah.
And so like you got to spend a lot of time with those people that have that type of nervous system. Like, no, you got to cue them a lot more, things like that. Right. But yeah.
Can you be both? Because I've seen some people.
It's not like a proven thing.
Okay.
It was a mentor of mine.
It makes so much sense though.
Yeah.
Because I see it all the time. I'm sure you do too, right?
Yeah. I had a mentor of mine, Charles Poliquin. He called them element types from the Chinese elements.
Okay.
So you have like your fire, your
water.
wood, your metal. I don't remember what they all are.
Yeah.
He broke it down like that was actually pretty good. So your fire type had to be trained much differently than your wood type, than
Makes
your
sense.
water type. So like a fire type is super rare, but they're the type of people that can handle it. They need like a different workout every time to create stimulus.
Okay.
But they also have a very touchy nervous system, and they're very easy to overtrain. I've noticed with my athletes that were fire types that they would get really emotional when their nervous system was getting tired.
Okay.
Like, so that's what I was always watching. And they needed a lot of stimulus, but as soon as they started getting emotional, I had to give them a break.
What does emotional look like?
Just irritable, edgy.
Okay, got it.
I've had athletes cry before.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't fucking want to do this. Just cry. like, whoa, okay, get out of here. Like, that's a sign.
Okay.
The wood type, they typically needed more exposure, but at a high intensity. Like, they need like high volume, high intensity.
Oh, interesting.
The fire type needed high intensity, lower volume, things like that.
Yeah.
It was a really cool system. I used it a lot more when I was working with really high level athletes because I needed to know. I had short windows of time to create great change. So I used his system. And Christian Thibodeau has taken this to a whole nother level. I used to use a lot of his stuff because I thought his stuff was even kind of a build off of that. It was one of his parents was a psychologist.
Okay.
So he started understanding psychological types. And then kind of really went to another level on this. And then each psychological type, there was a way to train them, a way they had to eat, a way they had to recover. It was really cool. So if you have a very short window of time with someone and you need to get a physical output change very quickly, the more information you know around that, the more precise you can be.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So with most of my athletes, when I have time, I can figure them out over time. But it's an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah,
General pop, we don't really need it as much. It doesn't have as much of an impact because it's not like we need to increase their vertical jump.
Sure.
Like,
I just mean, in my experience of teaching classes that I noticed that certain people very quick to pick something up. Yeah. And other people, I feel like, are you listening to me?
That's the problem is that we get frustrated with them.
Yeah.
Where it's not they're listening, they're trying, they're doing their best.
Yeah.
They just don't have as much awareness of their body and space.
Yeah.
And so it can get very frustrating.
Yeah.
And then they get frustrated and like, oh God, like I can't do this. Versus just realizing like I just need a little more exposure to it. Sure. Doesn't make one better than the other. Yeah. It's just that as coaches, it's easy to get frustrated by them. Of course. Yeah.
Sorry, I got you off on that tangent.
Yeah, no, it's a good tangent. Then there are some people that just want to talk about all the theories behind it, don't want to actually do it. That is literally another type. Like they're super educated, they're very theoretical, they need to know anything and everything about it. They ask you a ton of questions and they don't want to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have any of those?
I not really.
You weed them out. You weed them out.
Yeah, it's.
What's the thing that when we first began training, you had me do a test thing? What was that?
That was the Christian Thibodeau one.
Oh,
yeah. I don't remember what your type was.
I don't either.
I was doing it with a lot of people, and then I started realizing like, it doesn't really matter as much with general pop.
Yeah, for me, for the regular person,
I had time to figure out how you guys respond to things. That's like where, like with you, I kind of control like 2 times a week versus 3 times a week of lifting. Is kind of knowing. I kind of know the signs. I'm not going to tell you what they are because I don't want you to start hiding them. But
wait, what?
Like,
say that again.
You notice like sometimes I'll tell you like, okay, yeah, you can. I want to train 3 times a week. Okay, yeah, we can do it. Other times I've been like, no, not a good idea right now.
Yeah.
It's
fair
based on that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically an understanding of knowing how well recovered you are.
Yeah.
And how well you're recovering from the workouts.
Shoot, I don't want to tell you, so you don't pick up on
Well, yeah, because most people will take it and then they'll hide it or they won't share it.
I have changed a lot. You have to admit that I have no problem resting now.
Yeah.
I really don't. I used to.
Yeah.
But it's only taken you 4 years.
Yeah.
to get me to be,
I just need
beat me into submission.
I just need to ensure that people are progressing.
Yeah.
And lack of recovery is one of the biggest reasons people won't progress or get worse. I'm always trying to protect that.
Yeah. I just had this conversation today with someone that took my class and was asking me, what else do you do besides these classes? And I said, I do strength training 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not sexy. It's not, not lights flashing, music blaring. It's just straightforward.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I think I need that. I said, everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
And you'll notice, depending on the style of training I have you're doing, will dictate 2 times a week or 3 times a week. Because there's certain styles that we'll do that are a lot harder on the body.
When you do full body also, right?
When we're doing German body comp workouts, I have you do less of those.
Yeah.
Because those beat the body up pretty good. When we're doing more strength training based, it's less stressful on your body, so we can do more of those.
Yeah.
So, those are just kind of like the behind the scenes things that we're watching. Because the worst thing I can do to someone is smash them.
But some people like it, right?
They do. I won't do it to people anymore. I used to be like, okay, fine, I'll give you what you want.
There you go.
But those people, they end up just like chronic pain, like joint problems, like their lives would start falling apart. I'm like, I'm not going to be a part of that anymore. Yeah. So if someone wants that, I'm like, you probably...
there's plenty of places to go.
Yeah, there's a million places out there that will do that to you. Yeah. I'm not one of them. So, couple of tips. Stop your workouts before nervous system fatigue.
And how do we know that? What's a sign personally if you don't have someone like you helping?
What I will see when I'm training someone is as I'm writing down the workouts, I'll start to see the workouts start like all of a sudden they won't be able to hit the same number of reps.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yes. Or the weight has to change or lighten.
Yeah, the weight starts to have to lighten, or the reps start to drop, or they're sneaking in longer rest periods.
Oh, okay.
Things like that.
Sneaking in.
Yeah, like there's funny the things people will do to increase rest periods. But I'm watching all that. That kind of stuff. Again, avoid training to failure, like only maybe 10% of the time. Like if you notice, we never train to failure.
Oh, no max 1 rep.
No, God, no. That's the dangerous thing in the world to do. And then lift earlier in the day if cortisol is elevated. So like if you're somebody that like has a lot of energy early in the day and you crash later in the day, train earlier in the day when your cortisol levels are higher versus trying to force your body to train when it's tired. Yeah. So if your workout leaves you wiped out for the rest of the day, it's not helping your metabolism. That would be a good sign.
Yeah.
You're pushing too hard if you're wiped out the rest of the day. It's not helping the metabolism, it's robbing the metabolism. So a sign should be you should feel better at the end of the workout than at the start of your workout. Like energized, excited to go take on life. It's kind of a better
Can you feel like, gosh, that was work. I'm done.
Yes, but it shouldn't be like, oh shit, I got to go take a nap.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Or if you notice when you're done working out, like you're not very productive the rest of your day, that's another great sign.
Yeah.
Like you want to train in a way that is driving. There's stuff left in the tank. Yeah. It's all over.
I've always said that your workouts they're sneaky. While you're in them, I mean, sometimes they're crazy and I'm like, what? How many repetitions do you really want to do?
But you notice we don't do the crazy ones a lot.
No.
Yeah.
But while I'm in it, I'm kind of like, this is manageable. I can do this. Yeah. And then maybe the next day I'm like, wow, So it's sneaky. And it's never this pain like, back in the day when you're doing the crazy exercise. It's like, oh my God, I can't sit on the toilet. It's not that kind of pain. It's just like, oh, I worked some things here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times people are like, oh, that's it? Well, that wasn't too bad. And the next day they're like, holy shit, I'm so sore. What the hell did you do to me?
It's kind of different than other stuff I've noticed.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about nutrition for sustained energy.
Okay.
I think this is a good one. Not just fat loss. Everyone's focused on nutrition. Is making me fat or is making me skinny?
That's all that matters.
Oh, yeah. But like, I know people have experienced this. They underfuel themselves in the name of fat loss.
Sure.
And great, you're losing weight, but you feel like shit. Like that's not a win. Because as soon as you stop in that scenario, whatever you're doing, it's called the rebound effect.
Yeah.
You're putting all the weight back on.
Sure.
The only way you get weight to stay off is to do it intelligently. You can't force it off. I tell people the more stress you put on the body to change how it looks, it's going to change very quick. But the more stress you apply, the bigger the comeback, the bigger the rebound when it's over. Sure. And it always has to come to an end. The body's going to find a way to shut down too much stress.
Yeah.
You're going to get sick. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy to me how I've seen people come in and they're training like 3 times a day and eating like 600 calories.
What?
And some coaches told them to do that. Yes, I had that happen.
Oh my gosh.
And it was working in the beginning, and then it flipped. And this poor woman put on like 25 pounds. She's like, what the hell? And the coach told her to drop to 400 calories.
No.
I don't care what it is you eat, but it has to be 400 calories or less. Training 3 times a day, 7 days a week. That is using that whole mentality of, work more, eat less, and you're going to win.
Do you know what's interesting is Jenny Castro. Yeah. I just saw on her story yesterday, she's been tracking macros and working with someone, and she was talking, she's very transparent about all this stuff, which I love. And she was talking about it. She's never eaten so many carbs in her life, and it is working.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah.
She's going to...
I meant to send that to you.
Yeah, I was texting with her. She's going to be on the... in February. She's going to come on. Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I love to hear that because it's...
No, she said, I can't believe it. I've never eaten so many carbs in my life, and it's working.
Yeah, everyone thinks they're the devil, and they're one of the... Because you know what they do is they control the stress response.
Yeah.
They help bring stress levels down.
Yeah.
They have been the greatest tool I've ever used when used right with people I work with, but it's always a dogfight.
Yeah. Well, we've been... Again, it's mostly women, and it's
guys too.
Is it guys too?
Oh God, yeah. Sometimes guys are worse.
Really? About carbs?
Because they read the books and the articles like carbs are the devil, don't have them. And so they're not eating carbs and they're training like crazy. Yeah. It's like, God,
you can't.
I became a type 2 diabetic doing that.
Yeah, that's so wild.
Because there's this other thing called the stress hormones that are thrashing the body just like insulin can thrash the body. But when you use both hormones strategically, it's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Now, it doesn't mean you're going out and going to Jack in the Box and then getting you're going crazy, right?
No.
But it means
like rice, potatoes, things like that.
Right.
Like, no, I'm not saying that I go out and recommend eating Jack in the Box or McDonald's.
Of course not. Yeah.
Those foods they're highly palatable. So it's high carb, high fat, high sugar.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying to eat carbs strategically.
Right.
And that's where it's missed, is that everyone thinks carbs are bad. If you eat them at the wrong time, they're bad. And if you eat the wrong types, they're bad. Or if you eat a lot of high palatable foods, that's bad.
But you do something interesting with your kind of nutritional advice, is to eat carbs later in the day. And a lot of people have been, oh no.
I can't do that. I'm not going to burn them off.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my
exactly.
God. Here's the thing is that if you wake up in the morning, what have you done before you woke up?
You slept.
You slept. Are you burning a lot of calories sleeping? Are you depleting muscle glycogen from your muscles while you sleep? Not really.
Yeah.
So what happens when you wake up, your muscle glycogen levels are typically full. Your insulin is very low and stable. It's a great place to be. But if you wake up and eat a bunch of carbohydrates, now you just spiked insulin, which tells the body now it has to take that glucose and store it.
Right.
Where the muscle is full. So what is it going to do? It's going to store it for fat for future use. Unless you're a freak and you're super insulin sensitive, which there are those types. So that's the thing we're trying to avoid is, okay, I know muscle glycogen is full. I know insulin is low and stable. This is the perfect time. So I like people to have for breakfast proteins and fats. Yeah. And keep that insulin. It's still going to go up a little bit because of the protein.
Sure.
But you're going to keep that stable. You're going to create a world of satiation, so you're not going to be super hungry.
Right.
You're going to wake your brain up because carb levels are low, and now you're in a state where you can go. Like you can push harder. You're more focused. You'll get more done. You're less hungry. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then what I like is go train in that environment because now you have more neural drive in place. You can train harder, and then once your training's over, that's when I like to start bringing the carbohydrates in. Yeah. Because you've pushed hard, your muscle glycogen is probably lower because of the efforts you put in, and now your stress levels are higher. So now you eat the carbohydrates, brings the stress hormones down. When you start to go replenish the energy, it's going to go to muscle, and the muscle is going to be more insulin sensitive because it's been trained, so it's going to call for it. It's going to pull the glucose into the muscle.
Sure.
And now what's happening is you've calmed your stress levels down, you've replenished your muscle glycogen for the next day, and you're relaxed, and it's easier to fall asleep. The scariest thing I see is when people aren't sleeping. And when you go in a low carb state for a while and you put a lot of stress on the body, there's nothing bringing the stress hormones down. You're going to sleep like garbage. Yeah. And you can read the studies on this. People that don't sleep well have the highest risk of the diabetic scenarios. Like literally, you go a couple days.
Well, no sleep is bad for everything, right?
Yeah. If you go a couple days, not enough sleep, you start taking on the roles of one night of bad sleep. The next day, you take on the roles of a type 2 diabetic.
Wow.
And you crave more food, and you eat more food, and you crave something specific. What do you think it is?
Sugar.
Carbs, yeah. Yep.
No.
And now you're in a state where you're not as insulin sensitive. It's a bad combo.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I like to do it. So what I said here, most people I see are underfueled, overstimulated, and blood sugar unstable.
Yeah.
And they've created it with this life they live of high stress, crazy workouts, avoiding carbs. Like they've created this world of chaos in the body.
Do you see avoiding carbs and then binging on them too?
Well, eventually you have to.
Yeah.
Because eventually the body's going to get so pissed at you and it's going to win.
Yeah.
And so the response is, you're in trouble when like right out the gate someone asks, when's my first cheat meal? Mm-hmm. Because when someone gets to that run, if they've been pushing so hard and they're so deprived and they're so depleted, when you get to that cheat meal, it's freaking the highly palatable foods.
Sure.
The high carb, high fat, high sugar foods. Sure. That's what people go for in cheat meals.
Yeah.
Right. And so it just creates massive destruction.
Yeah.
So what I like to say is some foundational energy and nutritional principles. Protein anchors every meal. You should have protein every meal starting at breakfast. I just had one of my young guys. He wanted to get lean, was struggling with it. And he finally brought it up to me. I'm like, well, what are you doing? He's like, well, I don't eat breakfast. I have a lot of coffee. And I'm like, okay, I want you to start the day with a high protein meal.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm intermittent fasting, this and that. I'm like, just try it.
That's another thing, right? Intermittent fasting.
Try it and see what happens. Mm-hmm. I saw him again a week later. He's like, holy shit. I have such great energy. And I could see in 1 week that he leaned out. He goes, I get more done. I'm way more productive. Wow. Like, what the hell? Yeah. And so I just kind of explained how you have to have protein in the morning to help stabilize the stress hormone response. And it also makes you less hungry. I said, so if you noticed, it's much easier to make better choices at lunch and dinner, isn't it? He's like, yeah. He goes, I don't need my snacks. Yeah. I'm not having weird cravings at night. Mm-hmm. So I think making sure you have plenty of protein every meal is a really good thing. Now, I know some people say, I've read your book, The 21-Day Reset, and you don't have any protein at breakfast. There's a reason for that. It's an example of a protein fast. I also ask you not to work out as much, to rest more, to sleep. Sure. There's a lot of strategy in there. Yeah. And so I can pull the protein out to help with some detoxification response. Mm-hmm. And so that's why that's like that. But if you read the book, once the next day 22 comes and it's phase 2, there's protein, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yes,
no more of the shakes.
Yeah, I don't buy much into the intermittent fasting. I tried it a lot. It looks really tempting and really good. I don't think it's. I find much more success in my high stress. If you're not a high stress person and you're kind of lazy, I think it works really, really well. Yeah, that's just not the people that I'm working with. So I find I'm dealing with high stress people. So having a big protein breakfast in the morning helps with the stress hormones. Helps with the insulin hormones, wakes the brain up, stabilizes blood sugar, all those things. The underfueled, overstimulated, and blood sugar unstable, it fixes all those things. Yeah. Again, carbs are strategic, not the enemy. Mm-hmm. Carbs are strategic, not the enemy. And then fat supports hormones, not energy spikes. Mm-hmm. So we want to have fats in there as well. Now, I think the trick is to separate the carbs and fats. So like go more low carb, high fat early in the day, and then switch it and go more low fat, high carb later in the day. Notice I'm not saying no carbs, no fats. Yeah. I'm saying you want your energy substrates to be one or the other as the focal point. Okay. So some high impact strategies: eat within 60 to 90 minutes of waking and front load protein to stabilize cortisol. So make sure you're getting protein in, and then time carbs around training. We just explained that. Yeah. No carbs before you work out, carbs after you work out. Yeah. And then stop caffeine after 11 o'clock in the morning, because that's hard for a lot of people. Yeah, but when you start looking at the half-life of caffeine, you got to be careful with it. Yeah, it's a long half-life. So a lot of people are trying to go to bed at night with more caffeine in their system than a no-dose caffeine capsule. Really? And they're wondering why they can't sleep. Wow. So I used to when I first wrote the 21-Day Reset, I had them cut out coffee and caffeine. Mm-hmm. I told them they could have a little green tea early in the day because that's calming. And then one of the craziest things that would happen is people's sleep, like within a day or two, got drastically better. Yeah. And now fast forward 10 years since I wrote that book, as long as people have coffee early in the day, it'll still optimize that. Okay. If you have coffee in the morning and then cut the caffeine off, for most people are going to sleep much better. So you're just trying to avoid people doing the 2 o'clock when they're getting the crash. That is the worst thing you can do. Yeah. That crash is coming from mitochondrial inefficiencies and just normal rhythm of the day. Yeah, yeah. Like, if you go back far enough in history and you start looking how everyone slept before they got introduced to light, they would sleep 7 to 9 hours a night and they would take a nap around 1 in the afternoon. That all changed once light showed up. So once artificial light showed up, people began to choose how they sleep.
I was going to say, what are we talking about? Hasn't there always been a sun?
No, artificial light.
I see.
Like
Yeah.
fake light.
Okay.
So they would literally like from sundown to sun up, they would sleep.
Yeah.
And they would typically take a nap around 1 to 3 in the afternoon.
Is that where the circadian rhythm came from?
I think it's just the natural circadian rhythm that we have.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? Because that 1 to 3 window is typically when it's the hottest out during the day, right? So I don't know the whole science behind that, but I read a really good book on sleep where they talked a lot about it. Matthew Walker, I think is the name of it. Dr. Matthew Walker, I think, wrote the book. I can't remember the name of the book, but it was pretty interesting. Some really important micronutrients for energy, magnesium, B vitamins, and electrolytes. Electrolytes, especially if you're under stress. So those can really help. Oh, Why We Sleep. Thank you. Easy name. I can remember the author's name, but I can't remember the name of the book. Why We Sleep is the name of the book. Thank you, Caesar. So here are some things that can cause energy drain. Skipping meals, excess caffeine equals artificial energy equals deeper crash. So if you notice, if you don't eat a meal, you have more energy. You're upregulating the adrenaline response. If you drink caffeine, that's upregulating the adrenaline response. So it's going to give you energy, but the more you rely on that early in the day, the bigger the crash is going to be later in the day. So my take on that.
I like it. I like it.
Anything to add to that?
No. I mean, I gave up coffee a while back.
I wish I could do that.
Well,
I still gotta have one thing of caffeine early.
I do matcha now.
Oh, nice.
But that doesn't have as much. But the reason I've given up coffee several times in my life is because when I come off of it, the headaches I get are gnarly. So it's like, this is a freaking drug. Yep. For sure.
Yeah, it's like I can cut all the way back to 1, but if I try to go from 1 to 0, it's a brutal week.
It is, right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Horrific headaches.
Yeah. Which tells me that can't be that good.
Yeah.
Although I've heard there's studies that show that that's good for training too.
Yeah.
The caffeine.
100%. It upregulates like neural drive and things like that.
Yeah.
Caffeine actually blunts pain a little bit while you train as well. So there are some positive benefits to it.
Huh. Well, I feel like I'm in homeostasis. So
one tip I'll add to this, if you are somebody that drinks caffeine later in the day or you train later in the day, those two things will spike the stress hormones late in the day and make it hard to sleep. Use vitamin C to help modulate that.
Okay.
It'll bring the stress hormones down pretty quickly. So typically like 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C after the workout or, a couple hours before you want to go to bed. If you've had caffeine too late, will help clear that quicker.
That's good.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about peptides.
Okay.
Yeah. So I believe peptides are amplifiers. They're not the solution.
That's a nice way of putting it. I like that.
They do not replace sleep. They do not replace nutrition. They do not replace training. They amplify their effects. The people I see who have the most success with peptides are focused on their sleep, they're focused on their nutrition, and they're focused on their training.
Right.
That's when I see peptides really be a game changer. I think a lot of people think peptides are this magical solution. I just start poking myself. It's going to change everything. I don't have to do anything else. And that's the farthest thing from the truth.
Yep.
So I like focus to be around mitochondrial efficiency. And we'll go over some peptides for that.
Yep.
And I also like peptides that help with cellular repair and recovery for energy. So a few of them out there, just to give you some examples. We're looking at mitochondrial support. NAD, it's actually a coenzyme, not a peptide, but that is a phenomenal one.
One of my favorites.
That really helps the mitochondria with generating better energy. I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm not going to get a lot of when you start studying peptides, people get really intense and over the top. It's really confusing.
It is.
But NAD will basically help improve mitochondrial energy. MOTC is another great one. MOTC helps with mitochondrial energy, and SS31 is a phenomenal one. SS31 helps heal the cardiolipin membrane of the cell and helps reduce oxidative stress within the mitochondrial cell so it can function better. So a lot of times you use SS31 and then NAD, it optimizes the NAD, it can optimize the MOTC. So I like people to kind of periodically change those up and use those. And then recovering inflammation. I found if you get inflammation down in people, especially systemic inflammation, they have better energy. So BPC 157, everyone's heard about this one.
Sure.
A great one for reducing inflammation. Another great one is KPV.
Just been on it for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, so it is it doesn't create the angiogenesis response that BPC does, where BPC will create an angiogenesis response. It'll create more of a vascular bed to bring more blood flow to injured areas. KPV brings down systemic inflammation, cytokines, things like that.
So gut health, right?
They both help with the gut.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both great for gut health. I'm on both of them right now because I'm on an antibiotic.
On KPV and VPC?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm on antibiotics, I'm just trying to protect my gut as much as I can.
Got it.
So I have to go a week of antibiotic, and then hopefully that helps, and then I'll jump on my probiotic realm after that to heal from that. So, and then there are also some cognitive support ones. CMAX is great. CMAX optimizes focus, brain signaling, so you'll feel more alert and more driven. I love that one.
Yeah.
If you're an anxious type, there's Slump. Slump can help calm the brain down, but you take both of those early in the day.
I need to do that.
Yeah,
I haven't done Slump.
Yeah, I love CMAX. I'm an anxious person. I've never really noticed much from Slump.
Okay.
But on CMAX, I noticed like focus, energy. It just improves the brain signaling.
And that's a 1 month cycle, correct? Typically?
Depending on who you talk to.
Okay.
But typically, yeah, it's like 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off.
Okay.
It all depends on how you use it.
Sure.
That's the other thing with peptides is depending on who you listen to, you're going to get different advice.
Sure.
But yeah, you don't want to stay on those long term because they're signaling peptides and they can down-regulate the receptors. And then you get in a place where you need those to be able to function normally.
Right.
But if you cycle them well, it kind of rolls with you and stays with you. So I think the people who benefit most from these type of peptides are high-stress professionals, like people that are under a lot of stress, people that are doing everything right, but still notice that they have low energy probably means they're not recovering well.
Yeah.
So using mitochondrial peptides and recovery peptides can help enhance all that. And then age-related energy. As we get older, these things stop working as well, so peptides can be really magical for people over the age of 35.
The age of 35.
Yeah, like for example,
Wow.
NAD begins to deplete.
At 30, right? Is what I think I read.
The longer you go, the more depleted it's probably going to get, the harder time the mitochondria is going to have dealing with it.
Yeah.
The more stressed you are, the older we get, the more beat up the mitochondria gets, the more they're probably going to need some aid with that cardiolipin healing and cleanup to function well.
Yeah.
So, so if you're somebody who's struggling with energy, I think going after those pathways with peptides, if you're doing everything right and it's not working.
But make the other things and make sure they're in place first.
Yes.
Right?
Don't start with peptides.
Yeah.
If you're struggling and you're not working out well, you're not eating well, you're not sleeping well. Okay, peptides aren't going to be the magical solution. Like get focused on those first and then add the peptides and they can be magical. So just peptides, here's the other thing. I didn't feel it. Okay, peptides don't give you energy.
Yeah.
They help your cells remember how to work. So it's not like a caffeine shot where it's like, boom, oh my God, I feel great.
Yeah.
There are people that talk about that.
Yes.
I took NAD and I'm like, so much more energy or something. Like, no, that's, so then someone gets on like, oh, I don't really feel it. I don't think it's working. Like, no, you're healing your mitochondrial. You're helping them work better. Natural energy doesn't feel like a stimulant.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people get lost is natural energy does not feel like stimulated energy.
Yeah.
It's much different. So,
well, the thing that I noticed most with the NAD plus was my sleep and wake cycles are so locked in now.
Yeah, which is huge.
Yeah, it really, and that's what I noticed more. And that, and not feeling like I need to take a nap.
Yeah.
So you're right. It isn't just a whoa.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Time to go to sleep. Time to wake up.
Yeah. So I just want to kind of give a little understanding of how these things work together. So training equals it signals an adaptation response. It's stress in your body to create an adaptation response, which if you recover well from that, you get better from it. Sure. So we've talked about this before. There's two types of stress. And I am blanking on the words of what the two different ones are. Okay. But one is a good stressor that you can overcome and get better from. Yep. One's a bad stressor that just keeps wiping you out.
Right.
So we want training to be a good stressor. So it signals the adaptation. Your nutrition provides the body raw materials to aid in the recovery. Focused recovery and sleep restore mitochondrial function. And then peptides enhance the signaling and efficiency of the body.
Cherry on top.
Cherry on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to train right, eat right, and recover right to really get the biggest bang out of the peptides. Why isolated fixes don't work. So training without proper fuel leads to burnout. Sure. This is the biggest issue I see with that whole train more, eat less phenomenon. Yeah, you're going to lose weight, but you're burning yourself out. Yeah. Nutrition without movement equals stagnation. If you're eating too much and not moving enough, you're going to create a world of stagnation and laziness, and yes, you're going to put weight on. Peptides without lifestyle will provide temporary result, if any result.
If any, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see.
So, and then a couple things. I know a lot of our listeners are kind of, more in our age category of, 35 and over. Like how I'm doing that.
Yeah, you're getting up there too, my friend.
So things we got to look out for: slower recovery. So as we get older, there's higher need for precision. And people know this. Like, God, what I used to do doesn't work for me anymore.
Yeah.
It's because you're older now. You need more precision.
Yeah.
Stress tolerance decreases before strength does. Yep. And then energy optimization is a longevity play. There are no quick fixes the older we get.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've talked about him numerous times before. Eric Weeks, one of my clients, love him to death. I remember back this was a long time ago. He turned 40. He's like, well, the warranty's up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I got to get dialed now.
Sure.
And it's just the truth. He was joking around about it, but the older I get, the more I realize, wow, it is so the truth. Like, I have to be precise. Like,
well, even when we met 4 years ago, and I started training with you 4 years ago, I could do more then. Get away with.
Yeah,
I'm going to say
get away with
get
more.
away with more then.
The older we get, the less we can get away with.
So, what was that? I was 56. Yeah. 56. Almost. Yeah. And it's funny how every year I notice it being, but the fortunate thing is you got in my ear and convinced me, and I've seen the proof that you're right.
Yeah.
That you don't need to be crazy.
Yeah.
But part of it is an ego thing, Brad, for some of us.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're like, I can still do that.
Yeah.
But I can still do that.
Yeah.
So,
which is perfect walk into what I believe to be the top mistakes. Training like you're 25 with a 45-year-old nervous system. They are just different.
Yeah.
And science proves it. Like,
sure.
Like speed, for example, explosiveness.
Yeah.
That declines the fastest as we go. That's a nervous system thing. Running on caffeine instead of calories. Ignoring sleep, timing, and light exposure. Like not paying attention to sleep-wake cycles.
Sure.
And then believing fatigue is normal with age. It's not. And I believe this wholeheartedly as I've used a lot of mitochondrial peptides. I don't need naps. I've been through a period of time in my life where I had to take a nap every day because I was so wiped out.
Same.
And now I'm in a place when I'm living more precise, when I'm training right, doing all the things, I don't need a nap.
Yeah.
And that's a much better way to live.
Sure.
So I just asked the listeners, like, which one of these are currently doing? And how long have you been doing it? Because I know it's going on. There's one of those things is running back there and a part of the lifestyle. So here's my little challenge on it. My energy reset challenge.
Okay.
I want people to choose one of three. One, focus on eating 40 to 50 grams of protein at breakfast.
40 to 50 at breakfast?
Yes.
Oh my God.
At least make the attempt.
That's a lot.
I know, and it feels like a lot because most people undereat.
Yeah.
And so the idea of trying to eat that much is like unbearable. Yeah. But this isn't just have one hard-boiled egg. That's like 6 grams.
No, I have 4. I have 4 eggs for my breakfast.
Okay, good. So
but that's 24 grams.
Yeah.
That's not very much.
It's better than nothing.
Okay. I'm not going to do 8, though.
Well, don't throw in more eggs. Eggs are super filling. Like throw in some ground meat or something with it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one option. Or focus on ending your caffeine every day by 11 a.m. Or shorten your next workout by 10 minutes and leave feeling energized versus wiped out. So I challenge our listeners, do one of those things over the next 24 hours.
Okay.
And just do it for a week.
And see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like my young guy who started eating the protein at breakfast and it drastically changed his energy, how he looked, how he was feeling. His workouts were way better. So, and that was the only thing we focused on. Just all I want you to do to start with is eat a lot of protein at breakfast.
Yeah.
So then our next conversation was, okay, now I want you to only have carbohydrates in the meals after you train. And a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that's his next step.
Okay.
So, and just last thing, energy isn't something you push through. It's something you engineer. You have to create it. You have to control it.
Right.
And caffeine in the morning to boost energy and alcohol at night to calm energy isn't the solution.
No.
Yeah. So.
Have you seen that meme that says my favorite childhood memory is not having to count the amount of protein I ate?
Yeah.
It's accurate.
Yeah. We ate a lot more protein back then, just naturally.
Did we?
Do
you think?
I did as a kid.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, back to your talking about breakfast, what's easy for breakfast is sweet stuff.
Well, yeah.
So it is harder, I think, for people, like even Avocado toast.
Yeah.
People, if it, might have an egg on it, maybe not, but people are, oh, I'm having avocado toast. That was kind of a thing for a while.
Yeah.
So it's the sweet stuff. It's the, you know what I mean? People don't think in terms of have some ground beef and some eggs.
Yeah.
They don't.
Meals were created by marketing. Because now there are quote unquote breakfast meals.
Yeah, you're right.
Lunch meals and dinner meals.
Yeah. Who said? Yeah.
Go down the rabbit hole, but
Sure. It makes sense.
how did cereal become the ultimate breakfast food?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a nice thing. Because if you start the day with carbohydrates, it spikes insulin early. You'll have crashes, blood sugar crashes. You eat more.
Right.
If you start the day with carbohydrates, you naturally are hungrier and eat more than if you start the day with protein. Don't believe me? Eat a lot of protein at breakfast and tell me how much different your day is.
Right.
It's a good move if you're selling food to create an environment of wanting to overeat.
Absolutely.
So that's a whole rabbit hole you can go down who created breakfast. Because I'll tell people,
breakfast foods.
I used to tell people, if it runs, swims, flies, or has eyes, and sorry if you're vegetarian, but that's a good breakfast food.
Right.
Well, that's not breakfast. I'm like, says who?
Yeah. Where's my waffles?
Yeah, well, that's not a breakfast. Where's my bagels, my waffles, my cereal?
My Eggos.
I'm like, and who deemed those breakfast foods?
Yeah. But I think about, as my kids were growing up, that was the stuff that I always bought for them.
100%.
Yeah.
Because it's breakfast.
Yeah.
It's fast, it's simple, it's
right,
easy,
right.
and it fucks us up. Pardon my French.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But it's fast, it's easy, and it screws up our metabolism more than anything.
Yeah, you're right.
The first place I always start with people that want to talk about nutrition is breakfast.
And what are you doing or not doing?
What are you doing or not doing?
Yeah.
And okay, all I want you to do is focus on doing this at breakfast for the next month, and then we'll talk about after that.
Okay.
It's called the neurotransmitter cascade. The first things you put in your mouth will dictate your cravings for the rest of the day. Yep.
I like it.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be your coffee the first thing, probably.
No, it should be your protein.
Yeah. So you can have that with?
Ideally, yes, with or after is the ideal.
Okay.
After is the most ideal. Like you've heard people talk about having your caffeine like 90 minutes after you wake up. That's the most ideal.
Oh, okay.
You want the best impact and the least amount of negative response.
How about the lemon water? I still do the warm lemon water.
That's great. Yeah, that's not having any impact on
I like it.
It's helping support the liver with detoxification. It's optimizing hydration. It wakes up digestion.
Yeah.
It's a really nice tool to start with first thing in the morning.
And it's cozy.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so ideal is like wake up, have half a lemon squeezed in warm water.
Yep.
Wait about 10 minutes or more, then have your breakfast, and then have your coffee. And you'll be so different in how you function, how you show up, how you look. Like, I can't tell you. That's way more powerful than a peptide or anything else.
Yeah. Is that start? Sure.
Yeah. Majority of people are dealing with metabolic chaos because of how they eat or don't eat. And now we're going into hormone therapy and peptide therapy and all these other things. It's like, but no one's talking about the simple fix that is the most important thing, which is the thing you're doing 3 or 4 times a day, which is eating food.
Yes. Hopefully.
Or not.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love it. So repeat the challenge for everyone one more time.
Oh, so choose one action starting in the next 24 hours for a week. Eat 40 to 50 grams of protein at breakfast.
Okay.
Or end your caffeine by 11 a.m. Or shorten your next workout by 10 minutes and start leaving your workouts feeling energized versus wiped out.
Like it.
And just do one of those 3 for the next week and just pay attention to how much different your energy feels after that week.
Yeah. I love it.
I don't care which one you choose, but one of those 3 will be really powerful on optimizing energy.
Yeah. Perfect.
Sweet.
Report back.
Report back.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.